안녕 친구들. Hi, I'm your girl Titi.
Hi, and I am Husaina.
Yeah, and today we'll be talking about healthcare practices in Nigeria
and Korea.
Yeah, Nigeria and Korea. So, first of all, Husaina, can you please tell me what kind of healthcare structures do they have in Nigeria?
Yeah, so in Nigeria we have lots of small clinics like private practices and then general hospitals and then private hospitals.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. In
Korea, like they have a lot of I don't even know if I should call them clinics, but like it's also kind of like a clinic.
Yes.
Pogoso.
Yeah.
And the hospitals, obviously, university hospitals.
Yeah.
And the general, also private hospitals. Actually, I've seen more of university hospitals.
Oh, really? Interesting enough is that I've seen more of Pogonso than hospitals. I don't know.
In Korea? You stay in Seoul, right?
Yes, I do. I think it's because like Pogonso is like the only, not really only thing, but the most accessible in my mind. It never crossed my mind to go into a hospital for anything in Korea.
Oh, why is that?
Yeah, because I was like, or I don't even know where I heard or saw this, that like in Korea there's kind of 단계, like process to what you would need in different places. So if you're not having maybe a bracket of things, then hospital is like when things get kind of a bit serious. So for Pogonso is the first step, and then Pogonso will refer you to a hospital.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm the opposite.
Really?
Because like I remember like my very first time going to a hospital in Korea, my friend slammed my hand with a car door.
Oh yeah.
And she was like, oh, we have to go to the hospital. We have to go to the hospital. And I was so shocked because like I'm not used to going to the hospital for every little thing.
Yeah.
And then we went there and we did an X-ray. It was just mind-blowing, the fact that the first thing that came to my head was we should go to the hospital. But Bogota, for me, I only go there like when I need it for a document.
Oh.
Like for school or for work, they'll tell me, before you can work here, you need to get this tested. And I'll be like, oh, do I have to go to the hospital? I'm like, no, that level you don't need to go to the hospital. You just need to go to a Pogonso. But isn't it like the same in Nigeria too? Because in Nigeria, our first is like pharmacy.
Yeah, yes.
We first go to the pharmacy, and then if the pharmaceutical things don't work, before we think about going to like the clinic or the hospital.
Yes, for me, my family, it was a bit different. It was kind of side by side, pharmacy/clinic. Yes, maybe like slight headache, stomach ache. Okay, let's go to the clinic. Yeah, my dad was always like that. If you just sometimes we got to the point that we stopped complaining about anything because no one really wants to go to the clinic. And that specifically clinic, I still have beef with them because for anything they want to give you injections.
What?
Yes, so like having needle being pierced in your body just brought back memories, like childhood memories.
Is that where my fear of injections come from?
Yes, I think so. I feel like every Nigerian has that fear of injections. There's no one that like, oh, injection is true.
Injections. But that's also another thing that shocked me. In Korea, it's actually kind of like the opposite. So it's first clinic, hospital, before pharmacy.
Yes. Oh, yes, that's so true.
Actually, it's getting better now.
Yeah.
Because when I first came to Korea, you needed a doctor's prescription to get aspirin.
Really?
Yes, you couldn't just go to the pharmacy and be like, I need aspirin. They'll be like, no, you need a prescription.
Oh
like aspirin.
Wait, but now is it okay to get aspirin?
Oh, now you can get it. You can get Tylenol in convenience stores, and you can only buy one packet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can't buy more than one packet. I'm like, what are you trying to do? What are you so? I have headache.
Yeah, it's just headache. In Korea.
In Korea.
Yeah, I think the first thing that comes to mind is insurance. Yes.
Yeah, because like Korea has an insurance system.
Yes.
Which makes like the fees for hospitals so cheap.
Absolutely.
So cheap. Like even in Nigeria it's not that expensive. Going to hospital is not that expensive. Yeah. It's just that the mindset for Nigerians, what like hospitals.
Yeah. the mindset and also the purchasing power. You know, when you're budgeting, people are just budgeting for like food and household stuff. So obviously it feels like an extra cost. So even though it's quite cheap, no one still wants to cook because I could use that 5K to like cook soup for the next week.
Exactly. Oh, another thing is like we only think about hospital like if it's a life or death situation. Like
yes,
you're gonna die. Like your fever burning, you're like doubling over, you can't eat, you're puking. That level, you have to be like, oh, okay.
Yes, for that level, usually it's when the person got admitted, we start visiting them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So because of like the health insurance in Korea, I realized I go for yearly checkups.
Oh.
I just go to the hospital for checkup. I think maybe that's also, but we also have national health insurance in Nigeria.
Yes. So during the Obasanjo time, which is the president before the current president, he made.
Okay.
Yeah, he made a national health insurance scheme. I think it covers your first 4 children, and I think it's roughly around 70 to 80%.
It's also very understanding considering that more than 50% of the country are below 20, so like it's perfectly understandable because Nigeria has a very, 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 very
young population. Absolutely.
Yeah, so it's understandable. But it's the reverse in Korea because in Korea more than 45% are over 55.
Yes. So actually it makes a lot of sense when you think of it in that way in terms of age and people going to hospital, because I was thinking that maybe because there are more older people here, then going to the hospital this frequently made sense. Yeah.
During the whole pandemic, it should just let us know like there's the confidentiality, so like anybody can go to the hospital and like get treatment and without worrying about any other issues. And even if you don't have insurance, it's still cheaper than most countries. Korea's medical system is very affordable. They like to give it. And language-wise, there are a lot of hospitals that have like translators now. So
which is good.
Yeah.
Because a lot of foreigners were really struggling.
Yeah.
So sorry for continuing, but there was one funny case of a friend of mine. When he newly came to Korea in his first few months as a student, the school asked him to get X-ray and TB test, as they ask every student. And then he went to a hospital where it was a cancer hospital, and then he went to the nurse and he was there like this, and then the nurse was like, "You have lung cancer?" And then he was just pointed, just touching at his body, and the nurse was beginning to panic that, oh my god, this young guy, an 18-year-old, has lung cancer. And then I don't know how they sorted each other out, and then she got to find out that this guy was asking about an X-ray, and then she was like, go to Bogosu. Oh my god, really? I'm like, I can imagine maybe like the 5 minutes that the nurse was losing her mind. Like, that was crazy. I was like, oh my god, it wasn't only just
even when you check the dictionary, you'd be like, okay, the words are very different for different situations. A lot of foreigners worry about stuff like that, but nowadays they have a lot of like foreign translators. So last I checked, there was English, Chinese, Russian. So like that's a lot of variety. Like So if you look at it, like Korea and Nigeria are kind of similar in like structure, system-wise, but like the receiving side, the people, the people's attitude towards it is the major difference.
In general, I think people take their health seriously because it's one of those things that when people pray for us, like staying in good health and all of that. So
in Korea or
in Nigeria?
Okay. But I hope today you enjoyed watching how the differences between Nigeria and Korea healthcare system.
Yes, I hope you all did exactly what she said.
All right, and with that,
Bye.
bye. Bye.
Thanks for watching.